Well, let's go to Peggy Grande in America, where sadly for the free world, the leader doesn't seem to change. Just have a look at these exchanges.
Do you take any blame for inflation, Mr. President?
Do I take any blame for inflation? No.
Correct. Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here?
Can you believe this? Do I take any blame for inflation? He says no, and the reporter says, why not? He says, because it was already there when I got here. As is customary then, Biden turned away, terrified of further questions that he couldn't answer. The reality is inflation was 1.4% when Biden took office. It's now 6.5%. It's worth noting that Joe Biden's last solo press conference was on November 14, 85 days ago. According to recent CBS polls, 61% of Americans rate the economy as bad under Biden. 166 million Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, including 51% who are making $100,000 or more. Inflation has outpaced wage growth for 21 months. Gas prices are up for the last 5 weeks in a row. Yet you've got an incoherent president who wants to run for a second term. Have a look at this.
We've united Asia.
I don't know. We've united the Asia. Okay, you think that's enough? Have a look at this. And the Democrats are still saying this man should run again. See if you can work out what he's saying here.
And the recalibration of last month.
I defy anyone to understand what this bloke is on about. Allowing him in the public place to suffer this humiliation borders on elderly abuse. And if you're still not sure of this man's inability to articulate, let alone lead, listen to this.
More than half the women in my cabinet, more than half the people in my cabinet, more than half the women in my administration are women.
I mean, it's not laughable. This is tragic. You heard what he said. More than half the women in my administration are women. Let's go to Peggy. Peggy, Happy New Year. Great to have you continuing on the program with your insights. But what on earth does America make of this man?
Well, it's wonderful to be here, Alan. Thank you for having me on. America sees exactly what the world sees. And maybe this was funny when he was the vice president, when he could just tell jokes and kiss babies and go to funerals. But this is serious now. And it's seriously concerning to the American people who are watching this very steady, noticeable decline. We've been talking about this and kind of joking for 2 years about it, but there is a progression that everybody is seeing. And so American people are very worried about this. And even the Democrats now are quietly, and some not quite so quietly, behind the scenes talking about maybe he shouldn't be our nominee. Yeah. But then they turn their heads and look at Kamala and think, I don't know what we're going to do about her. Yeah. The scariest part about all of this is that the world sees weakness. And with the spy balloon that went over the entire United States this past week, we know that Donald Trump wouldn't have had to shoot it down because they never would have even tried it. And so we see weakness abroad. We see weakness domestically, which creates weakness and aggression abroad.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, and the Democrats are scratching around to find a candidate other than Biden.